Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share the first video of a 6-part mini series of completed journal flip throughs. This series is going to have my most recent completed journals that I've completed in the last few years. There's not many, but I wanted to show a flip through of them to give you tips and tricks for your journaling, or some ideas or prompts, and just share my style of journaling, how it's helped me over the last number of years. The journals are varied. I just pick a journal that kind of speaks to me at that time. So there's going to be some moleskin journals, a junk journal, and a small journal that I made myself, and then a couple of these spiral bound journals. And today I'm going to start with this beautiful journal that I actually started in 2019. It's a spiral bound, a hardcover, and it's a ruled journal, and it has prompts within it as well. When I saw this, I got it on Amazon. It's by Gabrielle Bernstein, and just the artwork by Michaela Ezra, just it was beautiful. It's just beautiful watercolors, and it was just a journal that I wanted to get. And when it arrived, then I didn't use it for a long time because it was I was afraid to use it. The artwork inside, as you will see, is beautiful. But anyway, I got over that because I really wanted to use it. So yeah, today in the first part of this series, we're going to have a complete flip through and show you how I used this type of journal. So starting off as well, I just want to mention these stickers I got from a wonderful artist and illustrator from the UK that I've been following for years, Holly Exley. Do check out her YouTube channel. She is also on Patreon as well if you're interested. This sticker is just a sticker I got from Aldi in the stationery. I don't know if you can see with the light, guys. It's a dull day here, but it's a beautiful journal, and it had gold stars on it and this beautiful watercolor. And on the back then it said, always trust the direction of the universe and know you're being guided. Okay, so let's begin. So page 1, I just wrote in my name. I put in a stamp of my family's crest, and I put in the year. I should have been specific about the dates. This just covered the first 6 months actually of 2019. So guys, just so you know, these pages are covered because there's some more personal journaling in there, and I don't want everyone seeing that. Some things we have to keep for ourselves. But the first prompt on this page was, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So I basically journaled on the 31st December 2018 at just gone 12 minutes past 5 in the evening. So this was a journal entry closing out December 2018. And I did a little doodle of my grandmother's house. I was after moving from the local town where I lived in my paternal grandparents' house to my maternal grandparents' house. And for 2019, I kind of had a theme. Every year I try and pick a broad kind of theme of what I want for the year, what I'm seeking for myself. So it was discover and welcome in happiness, because at this time it was 2018 was a very, very tough year for me personally. So the universe has my back. Here I just journaled in some quotes. Now you can see that it's a ruled journal, and these are all the design of the journal. I didn't watercolor any of these pages. So I just put in some quotes from books that I was reading, and that kind of resonated with me in the moment. This one I love, by Joseph Campbell. You must be willing to leave the life you planned in order to find the one waiting for you. So I really liked that. I did another page here, was just 2019 goals and wishes. So it was just jotting down a few things that I was hoping and planning and dreaming about for a better year in 2019. So I did a journal here of how I spent New Year's Eve and ringing in the new year, who I spent it with, and how I spent New Year's Day. And I actually did a pencil drawing of where I went, and I climbed the Galtee Mountains with my boyfriend at the time. So the next page, I just stuck in this lovely postcard of different minerals by Holly Exley that I mentioned, that I have her stickers on the front cover. I just liked this, so I just stuck it down. As you can see again on the pages here, there's beautiful watercolor and line work. So another page then, I just did what I was grateful for today. So just simple little things, taking stock of my day and focusing on all the good things that I had in my life. It turned out to be a life-changing practice for me, especially in very, very dark days that I had gone through for a couple of years. This was a little rough watercolor and line work that I had done prior to getting this journal. I had put down "The Universe Has My Back," and then coincidentally I bought this journal that has the same thing. So there you go. So this was just more journaling using some stickers and things like that. This page I showed in a previous video very briefly. I cut out just hearts and stars, and the prompt was, who am I? So I just collaged down the hearts and stars and did little dash lines linking them all up with my gel pen. And I wrote in, it took me quite a while to do this. It was I found it quite hard actually, putting down positive things about yourself, about the type of person you are. I found it quite difficult. This then here is just a prompt that was already with the journal. Again, I had got a spirograph and I was just doodling away with that. My paternal grandfather's anniversary is on the 12th of January, so I got this old photo with me as a child, and it was to mark his 25th anniversary. I like this picture. I love my granddad. He passed away when I was 12. But I just wrote down where his favourite beach was and that he liked Guinness. This was another journal prompt I did of my ideal day, and I put a little tab in here. It's just to envision what your ideal day is and script it. Sorry if you can hear that noise as well, guys. The ice cream truck has shown up in my area. This was just a doodle I did with a sticker, expect a miracle, and I used a pen just to do flowers and put some stickers on. This is a picture of me and my dad. He passed away on the 17th of January, so I did this little kind of journal about him the day after his anniversary. I also did a page, I'll see I didn't finish it, of a reading list of books I wanted to read. This was kind of like a bit of a mind map, which is another really useful exercise to do in different aspects of your life: creativity, self-development, health. And just I put down my name and just got different colored big biros and yeah, wrote down what I want. This was I just did cutouts from like magazines and stuff, and I was trying to kind of focus a bit more on health and nutrition as well, because I was in burnout at that stage, and there was a few other health issues going on as well. So this was quite a useful uh, exercise to do as well. It's not a vision board per se, but kind of. I also stuck in my daughter at the time. She was quite young. She got a piece of toilet paper and coloured it in. I stuck it in the journal. This was another doodle that my daughter, who was very young at the time, did. This was me just doodling again, just a quote with markers and some pens. Yeah, I think these are Statler markers because I still use them. Yeah. Then this was Jim Rohn homework. I love Jim Rohn. I have a couple of these books. I listen to a lot of these videos, and this was just homework on in one of his books that you had to do. So I just used my journal for that. This again was just more focusing on gratitude and positivity. The prompt on this page was, I let love direct my life. So that just, something just flowed down on the page. So I stuck in this envelope because my daughter Sarah at the time made me a Valentine card. So I wanted to keep that, so I just stuck it in there. This was just a little postcard with a lovely quote on it again, and just said, "You are a diamond, dear, they can't break you." So yeah, that was good. This is just a vintage page then when I climbed the Galties, which are kind of mountains an hour and 20 minutes or so away from here. So I just did a quick doodle and stuck it in, and I'm covering the lines, as you can see. I'm just using it almost like they're blank pages. This is just a gratitude list celebrating Mother's Day, and a little card my daughter had made. This then, I wanted to mark the first day that I had my first sale on an Etsy shop, on my Etsy shop, and I can't remember where I got this. It's a bit of packaging. I just tore it out and stuck it in my journal. Again, more quotes that if something resonates with me, I write it in. This was another envelope I stuck in with an email from a lady that I worked with over 10 years ago. I kind of looked up to her as a mentor, and she sent me an email that I really kind of had an effect on me, a very positive effect, and I wanted to hold on to that. This again is just more homework from the Modern Health Monk on YouTube. More gratitude, journaling, and just doodling. This prompt here, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. So I want to do a list of what is fun for me. At the time as well, I'd also discovered the 5-minute journal and the daily prompts that are within that journal. Now, at the time, I couldn't afford to buy that journal. So I just took the format of the page, and I said I was going to thought to myself I'd use it going forward in my own journaling practice. Again, just flower doodles, nothing special. This is a watercolor postcard I did, and the prompt was ways I can experience self-love. Again, I was really trying to focus on positivity, getting myself out of a very dark place and looking after myself. And more gratitude journaling. Then I was focusing on how could I have made today better. If there was a day where I was feeling quite low, or the day didn't go according to plan, I was trying to kind of just consciously think of how could it have gone better, which was a really good practice to do as well. My daughter at the time was making her first Holy Communion, so we got her first communion card, and it came from my cousin, and his family in New Zealand. So I stuck in the stamp. I started reading a book, The Mental Equivalent by Emmett Fox, but I didn't take all the notes there. Again, I just did a doodle on an old vintage piece of paper, stuck it in. This was another watercolour I did, stuck it in. I didn't finish it. More doodles then. I stuck this in. It was just a blank page, and it was another quote that resonated with me, and I just stuck in stars and doodled flowers and things like that with pen and marker. And more doodles here. This then was just an exercise you might have done when you were kids. It's called taking the pen for a walk. So you just scribble all over the page, and all the gaps you can fill in and doodle. So I just wrote down the beauty that can be found in a fog. So this particular day, I wasn't in a good mental headspace, so I was just scribbling on the page, and I was able to relax and unwind, and I just coloured in that. Another journal prompt was what are 5 things that you like about yourself? These were just some notes I had taken as well. How to raise your vibration, 5 things to give up. And then these were just some ideas for what I wanted to do creatively. This then was just a little painting that my daughter Sarah did in school. More kind of private journaling there. Then this was another little collage I did, and this on the page, it just said there's a stream of love supporting my dreams. So this picture just came out of that really. I'd also started but never completed where I travelled to, or where I wanted to travel to. Didn't fill it in. These were just some ideas then for kind of little paintings and illustrations I wanted to do. This was a little illustration I did, and I named her Stella, and I wrote in the lyrics, if any of you have ever seen Pinocchio, the Disney film, I think it's Jiminy Cricket sings the song When You Wish Upon a Star. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I did write the lyrics in for that song because I really liked it. This was just a little collage I did with the jam jar, and it was my jar of feelings, and just trying to tune into how I want to feel every day in my daily life. And then I had seen somewhere on YouTube, I can't remember, what is someone talking about their creative mandate. So again, I just put collage down some stickers and did some doodles and wrote what my creative mandate is. So this was just a doodle about not spiraling down, spiral up. And this page I didn't do anything on because I just thought it was beautiful. I didn't want to write or do anything on it. And then the last page was a picture of me and my daughter the day she got her Holy Communion, and it said, "All is well." A quote by Louise Hay. And this was the 24th of June 2019. Yeah, and I thought that was just a really fitting way to finish that journal. So guys, I hope you got some ideas of how you can use journals. You don't have to be limited if they're ruled. You can still put pictures and draw in them. I don't let the formatting of the journal dictate how I use it. As you can see, it chunked up quite a bit, but I absolutely loved it. And it's funny looking back on it now 6 years later, and things have come such a long way. And it's funny reading the private journaling, things that I wanted to happen have actually happened. It's journaling is a powerful tool for your mental health and for life. I just it's a practice I cannot live without. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. The next journal I'm going to share with you next week is going to be a flip through of one of my moleskin journals, so stay tuned for that, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.